Evening, evening. How the devil are we, everyone? It's the fan call-in show. This will be interesting. I'm looking forward to this. This will be very interesting indeed. How the devil are you, Sheriff?
All good, mate. Another hard day at work.
All's good in love and war, as they say.
Well, no, it's not. All is good in life, mate. It's not good in football.
Well, yeah, the football's not good at the moment, mate, is it?
No.
Is it? How did your old watch-along go?
Well, for some reason, mate, my cold is gone now. If you watch the show, I
knew you had a cold. You had lots of people asking after you this morning, Mark, to make sure you was okay.
I must have gone through half a roll of kitchen roll.
Oh,
blowing me nose. I kept having to mute myself, blowing me nose. Eyes streaming. But this morning I woke up and it had gone.
Do you reckon it was some sort of adverse reaction to, not a cold, like a pollen or something like that? Bad pollen?
I've never had hay fever, mate.
No, well, Lisa hasn't, but she's had today exactly what you had yesterday.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing. Really weird.
Without being too gross,
the
snot was literally running out of my nose.
Hang on a minute.
I know, mate. But it was like horrible.
We're bringing Phil in, and the reason is...
It was horrible, mate.
No, the reason I've brought Phil in, I know you're talking, Mark, sorry, but I know he has to go. He has to have a bit of kit before he goes to work because he's like you, gets up middle of the night to go to work.
Oh, yeah.
Quarter to 4 in the morning, old Phil.
I don't get up that bloody early, mate.
There you go.
Forget that.
There you go.
I'm afraid that's the way it is, man. Quarter to 4 in the morning, I've got to be up and get myself ready to go to work.
Bloody hell, man.
I can't remember the last time I got. Oh yeah, I can. It was yesterday, Phil. Yeah, to go to some football match. Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah. Well, we went 3:45, but it was about 4:30. But
at least you got to sing "Kumbaya" by the tree, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're having a bubble. You think I went to that? You think I went to that? You got 2 hopes, and one's called Bob Phil. No chance, mate. It's not for me. I'm afraid. I do my supporting in the ground. You know how it is.
Don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you, my friend. If the players need that to G them up, they shouldn't be wearing a Spurs shirt, in my opinion, man. The mentality should be there already. They don't need to get a pep rally for them to be G'd up to go and play in this game.
We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll get your views on that in a minute. Say hello to a few people, Mark.
We will do. Swiftly. Another Mr. Simpleton. I've never seen you before, but I have come on in the evenings. But pick yourself up.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have Mark on the morning show.
Yeah, he's been on. Yeah, Simps is all right. Yeah, nice bloke. He's a Villa fan.
No. Well, just go easy on us. We got you.
Yeah. Take it easy. Take it easy, Simps.
Sporting's
in. Morning. Well,
being a Leeds fan, yeah. You must be feeling better than us.
At
least you got a point a week.
I don't know what to say, really. I don't know how I feel at the moment. Big up, Lee. Morning.
Big up, Lee.
Evening, mate.
Wembers.
Big up, Wembers.
Member.
Yeah. Big up, members. Hope you're good, mate.
Mark Taylor. Mark Army, YouTube member.
Yeah, big up Mark Taylor.
You could say that. Big up, Mr. T.
YouTube member. Mark Army and all that. Logan, big up.
Big up, Logan. Always
that should have been. Yeah, put it this way. The 10,000 or so, I was furious. Even though I had a banging cold, I was absolutely furious on the watch along with Nige yesterday. Absolutely furious. I was saying, everyone turns up this kumbaya nonsense and the team give that performance after all the big ups. And I said, the 10,000 that was allegedly there yesterday, that's all I've read. I hope they're there for the Everton game for the Enoch out protest.
Yeah, me too.
If they aren't, I give up.
All the groups got together. I think there's 7 groups all together, right? And in the end, they all agreed that the best thing to do was do the gathering, right? Which is fine, right? I ain't got no problem with the gathering. If 15,000 fans want to go to the gathering because they think it's the thing to do, I get it, because there's family people out there that take their kids, all that stuff and whatever. That's fine. I'm just 57-year-old bloke that don't want to do that. That's not how I support my football team, or our football team, I should say. But look, it is what it is, and apparently it's been announced that it's going to happen at every home game now.
What, this gathering come by our nonsense?
Apparently so.
How about in UK protest?
Sorry.
Go on, Sheriff. I was going to say, I hope someone's got the guitar for the Kumbaya, brother. And then they got the tree day, you know what I mean? A little fire, a little dance around, you know what I mean? You know them back in the day, you know, the, was it, not Murder Most Horrid, Tales of the Dark Expected. You know when they glance around the fire business, that kind of stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
Tales of the Unexpected.
Tales of the Unexpected,
That's the one, yeah. But to be honest, right, why are these not going there for the big celebration and cheer the team on? I agree with that, by the way. Cheer the team on. Why can't there be an Enoch out flag in it?
Well,
they're the ones who are to blame. They're the ones to blame for this mess. They've got us in this mess. We're staring.
It's not just them, though, Sheriff. Yeah, it's an incumbent, of everything, mate. It's everything is coming to fruition at one point. It's the fact that we didn't sign anybody for 18 months. The fact that we don't buy priority positions on the football field. And remember, this is what I said in September and the summer. I don't really care about the names of a player coming in. It's the positions on the football field that I was looking for, and we didn't even do that. But this lady here, let me just say, big up the lovely, the magnificent Kate Rickman. I hope you're well.
There you go.
Big up,
sure she is.
Big up, Nige. Big up, Kate.
Big up everyone.
Tommy. Yeah. Big up, Kevin. Big up, Joey Barton. Terry Wright. Paige.
Wow. Look at all these people that are in here again this evening. Unbelievable.
Eugene.
Smash the like, subscribe, and hype the videos as well, bro. Come on now.
You
know how it's done now. Come on now.
Tell them, man.
Jane. Anybody? Lee, Rob, sorry. I'm just flicking through them. Paul Kennedy, Biker Yid, Tin Man 007, Ghosted, Mario, Rodney Martin.
Big up, Mario. Good to meet you yesterday, man. Good to meet you yesterday. Big up, Psycho.
Dominic.
Look at this. Look, all these people in here. Unbelievable.
I'm trying to click on Colin Crossamano. I'm sorry, I'm missing your comments out. John Stokes. I'm not sure. Paul Kennedy. Well, I'm sure he said hello to you, but big up. Colin Crossamano. Pete Chambers.
Big up, Pete.
Oh, Rain Man.
Rain's in.
There's another one. And
this is the place to bring it. This is the place to bring the realism. Spot on.
And we got a super chat already.
Oh, word. Oh.
Big up, Paul.
Big up, Brownie.
Towards meds for Mark's code. Well, it went, mate. You saw what I was like on the thing. This morning I woke up, clear nose. There was a bit of leakage on the pillow, but we won't go into that. But it had gone. It had gone. I don't know what it was. Plus, I'll let you into a secret. I get my prescriptions free.
Oh, interesting. I'll give you a ring later, Sheriff.
Well, of course I get meds free. I'm type 1, mate. I get all meds free.
There you go.
I'm type 2 and I get my meds free, mate. So I ain't going to say nothing, bro.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at this.
So I suppose we better get on and talk about a bit of football, won't we? Let's let what we'll do is we'll let Phil have a little chat, for 5 minutes. Let's tell him about. I want to hear about your whole thoughts on yesterday, Phil. I don't know if you watched the game and that. because I was
Well,
there.
I listened to Savage watch along. I stopped watching Spurs games for about 18 months now. I stopped when after the Rangers game with Big Ange, and I watched the highlight shows and that, and I watched most of the extended highlights of the games. But for me, mate, I washed my hands of Spurs for a while now, and even though I love my club, and please understand, I love my club, yeah.
Well, of
I
course
watch
you
the
do,
club
Phil.
and I look at it and I think there's so much going wrong with it, and I'm looking and thinking, how do you actually make it better? And the only way I can see to make it better is for them to go. That's the only thing, because I'm looking at the credibility of the club itself under ENIC.
Yeah.
And there's only one way it's going. Big up James Flower for saying it earlier. It's only one way it's going, and it's down. And the more they stay here, the more it's not going to get any better underneath them.
Yeah.
Phil, look how they jumped on the bandwagon for the Kumbaya thing yesterday. They've jumped right on the bandwagon, so it makes it all look like everything's okay. We'll help you, don't worry. They all jumped on the bandwagon, 2 for 1 on the beers and all that business. Everyone was in there absolutely getting splattered. You know what I mean? But no one's outside protesting though.
Yeah,
I heard it was half price shirts, my friend. I heard that they were getting rid of this season's kit for half price. And the fact there's a new kit coming out next in a couple of months as well. So
34 quid or something I was selling a shirt for.
Oh yeah, you have to applaud ENIC for that, innit? Come on now.
I just got to jump in. We got a super chat.
Oh God,
$9.99 from Tin Man 007.
Tin Man, what are you doing? Behave yourself. How are you? Thank you very much.
I'm telling you, if we go down, we ain't coming up for a while. Agreed. We will be every club's cup final. That indeed, I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
These owners are a disgrace. Yeah. I'm not sure about Sol Campbell would be a better owner. I'm not sure. I'll disagree with that bit. But he couldn't be much worse, could he?
Well, no.
The thing is, at the end of the day, first of all, big up, Tin Man. Thanks, very much.
Tin Man. Thank you very much.
And secondly, they've got us in this mess. And now they've organised the Kumbaya party, get behind the team and all that. How about the team get behind us and show us something to cheer about?
Go on, Sheriff, give it to them.
I did the watch along with Nige, and I have never been so pissed off in my life. Ever. It was absolutely all that cheering and smoke things outside the fucking ground that I saw. Absolute waste of time. Absolute waste of time. The fans put the effort in and do all that, and then they turn out and produce that shite. Honestly, it's a disgrace. Hang your heads in shame, Tottenham.
Right, I'm going to stop you there, Sheriff. Yeah, before the game, yeah, I'm going to say this now. I was in the Football Heritage chat, yeah, and I said 3-1 Nottingham Forest. All right, Tottenham are so poor they couldn't even score the one goal, yeah, to make it 3-1.
Yeah.
Right, but really and truly, I looked at both teams. I looked at their midfield, yeah, and I realised straight away, yeah, their midfield is going to overpower Spurs' midfield. Right, they're going to be dominant in this game, and they're levels apart. When you look at Elliot Anderson, when you look at Morgan Gibbs-White. I'm sorry to say it for everyone out there. I know a lot of fans are of Archie Gray and Osar, but there are levels between what we have here and what they have in terms of quality in the midfield. So once you knew they're going to win the midfield battle, that the game for me was done. I just said Nottingham Forest will win this game, regardless of the people outside doing their kumbaya, which, by the way, yeah. Big up Ellie for saying it on the Savage stream. I was at work at the time, yeah, when she said it, and I couldn't help but burst into laughter as well. Bad lady that is there, you know, trust me. But I was joking about Kumbaya behind the scenes and getting the banjo and just playing some tunes up in there, because the way that it seemed to me, yeah, and I said this to you, Cookmaster, yeah, is they made a mockery of the Change for Tottenham in the fact that whatever momentum we had going into the Nottingham Forest game, yeah, in terms of getting ENIC out, was basically filtered away in the feel-good factor of supporting the team. But really and truly, the pressure should have been cranked up for me. that's when you should be protesting, because the time was right to protest.
Agreed.
And the fact they didn't protest it yet means that now, what are you protesting? What are you protesting for at the end of the season? What is your goals right at the end of the season when the momentum isn't with you anymore? Momentum, yeah, it's not something you can switch on and off like a tap. It's either you have it at the time or you don't. And it's a bit like, you know, when we went through the season with when we didn't buy anybody. We finished third, we finished second. Yeah, we didn't buy anybody for a year. That's momentum. Basically, they stepped on the momentum for the club at the time, and that is what I got annoyed with, and that's why I refused to pay in anymore. I said, I'm not paying in to watch that. Why am I, as a fan, paying into a club here when they themselves have no wanting to improve? And that's how I feel. And this is what I boycotted, and it's been, goodness knows, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, and today. I just said, as a fan, I refuse to pay into a football organisation that doesn't want to improve at the time.
Right, well, I'll just say, I've slipped the link in the chat and pinned it to the top.
There you go.
Seeing as this is meant to be the calling show. Oh,
here's Rain.
Here's Rain immediately.
Let Rain in, Mark.
Do you want me to let him in?
Yeah, you do it, mate. There you go. It's done. Good evening,
you see
Rain.
This one down here, yeah, she comes in here and then she disappears as well, this queen, you know. You're a bad lady, you are.
She's trying to, what it is, she's trying to get the right flange.
Yeah, she's turned the phone. She's turned the phone the right way up.
Trying to get the right angle, you know. You know, it's for the look. It's for the look, Phil. So us boys, we just come on and have big squares. Do you know what I mean? To fit our big fat heads in. But the girls, you know, they've got to do the slim mode, make sure they've got the look, and you know, and all that biz. You know how it is.
Look, you know.
As the Rock, Phil, as the Rock used to say, for the thousands and thousands that are watching today.
Millions and millions it is, mate.
Millions and millions it is.
It's nearly hundreds and hundreds, you know.
Yeah,
not quite.
That'd be nice.
Nearly. There you go.
You can smell what the Rock is cooking. Yeah, I don't want to go to that level, you know, because I can do that one, where I can drop bars, and I can say, do you smell what the Rock is cooking? I don't want to go to that level, though. So, yeah, behave.
I understand, Phil. We'll save that for a special occasion. You know what I mean?
I hear you, Pete. I hear you, Pete. Remember that.
Big up to you, Pete.
I do think, though, sometimes if you don't do them as you get them, you end up trying to... Wait a minute. That was like half an hour ago. I've got no idea what... we've talked about so much, I can't remember what that super chat was about sometimes. So
that's what I do them as soon as I see them.
Yeah, it's a bit, you know, there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
Pros and cons.
Yeah, because sometimes if you leave it, then you think, what the hell's this about?
Yeah, exactly.
I can't remember 10 minutes ago, let alone an hour.
Yeah. There we go. Well, listen, before we carry on, good evening to Ellie, to Rain.
Good evening.
To Joey.
Sorry, I had a bit of technical problems.
Yeah, technical difficulties with the
angle.
It's true. See, I've got this glow light behind me to make me look a bit better. Because at my age, you need all the help you need.
Ellie, I don't call you the queen for anything. Ellie, behave yourself. Well, it's great to have you all on. I'm guessing at some stage we might have some more people that want to join on. But start one at a time by telling us your thoughts of everything that happened yesterday. You can go with the gathering, what you thought about it, and go on to the game. And whoever wants to go first out of any of you, by all means.
Ladies first.
Right?
Oh, there you go.
Well, I was going to go first, but I poked myself in the eye and my bloody eye's dripping.
And I didn't say big up to Joey, did I, either? Just now.
You said hello, it's fine, mate. Don't
okay,
worry.
I don't mind going first, if you gentlemen don't mind.
Of course, Queen.
That is. All right, so I thought I didn't like the bus parade, to tell you the truth. I just thought it was unnecessary and it put added pressure on the team. Plus, the bus was blacked out, so you couldn't see any reactions. It's not like you're cheering them on because it's all blacked out. right? And I was in the Bricklayers Arms with Phil, and we were doing our own sing-song in there. So I just thought it was ridiculous and quite embarrassing, really, because yes, we do love our club, but we can show that in many, many ways. Not to have a parade that it didn't mean anything. It didn't mean anything to the players, because you saw on the pitch it didn't affect them. When we're in the stadium, we're cheering them on still, and still no effect. So I don't think anything's going to help because of there's so many different reasons why I don't think it's going to help, and mainly because the way Tudor sets us up, it's a recipe for disaster, because he's playing players out of position for starters. The back three, he saw in the first couple of games it wasn't working, and he switched Mickey van der Ven onto the left wing. Yes, he plays there for Holland, but he doesn't play there for us, and it left us very exposed. And our midfield, we didn't have no experience in there, real experience, you know, proper men like Paulinho, and no creativity, lads, no creativity. So we had no spark, and it was all flat. Yeah, apart from Tell with flashes here and there, and little Gray sort of doing a few good passes and getting stuck in, because he'll always give his all, that lad. He's a good lad. I just thought it all fell flat, and Forest were in command the whole of the game. Literally the whole of the game. They had possession of the ball and passing it, pinning it around, and it was easy for them. It's like we laid down and died as well after that second goal winning. I think loads of fans started leaving, but more left when it was 3-0.
What was the
they'd had
flags before
enough.
that, Ali? What was the flags outside? Be together and all this nonsense. When we
Yes,
were
I
2-0
know.
down, we
And
were pissed off out the ground.
I don't mind that message, right? But it was unnecessary in terms of the game. We needed to focus, and we
Yeah.
needed Igor Tudor to set us up properly, to give us the optimum chances of winning. But it wasn't to be, and it was another performance where I left the ground very, very disappointed. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tried to hold my head up high, because I'm a proper Spurs lady. I was born and bred in Tottenham. I just don't like the way we play. I just don't like it. It depresses me, to tell you the
But
Yeah.
truth.
before the next
And I'll be
person
honest
goes,
with you, with all the messages about we're together or whatever it said, some load of
Yeah.
bullshit. And then when we're 2 and 3-0 down, they'll bugger off home. That's not togetherness.
I know. Like, and do you know what? I was thinking of leaving at 3-0, right? And then my heart told me to stay, right? And then I wanted to shout Enoch out as well. So I started an Enoch out thing. We want Enoch out. We want Enoch out. And a lot of people joined me, right? Which I was very surprised, because I was in the West Stand and I didn't think they were like that. But there were some very angry people in there, very angry fans, like older fans like us. You know, not so much your age, Rain, but there was quite a lot of older fans. And the gentleman next to me, he was well into his 70s, and he was flabbergasted, and he was saying this is the worst Spurs team in terms, not just the team, in terms of putting effort in to win a game. You know, putting that extra yard in, running for the ball. And we saw lots of different incidences that annoyed me, like when Romero was slowing the game down and no one was moving for him. And also when he ran forward and then didn't track back. That was so blatantly obvious. He was just trotting back. And it annoys me when I see that, because I think you're paid so much money, for starters, and you're the club captain. You should be setting an example. You've got young, impressionable players in there, and they'll see you making a run to try and create something. Well done, but trotting back is unacceptable in my book. You know, so that really annoyed me as well. So I just left the ground so disappointed, and I had to go home. I wanted to meet you guys, but I just was so down, and I had to go home. I just didn't want to speak to anybody, to tell you the truth. I just wanted to get home and put my slippers on. You know, It was just like one of those. And
I
I've
just
had
wanna
plenty
say-
of days like that as well.
this season, yeah. I just wanted to say we was walking to the coach and horses after the game.
Yeah.
And there was a lady that come out,
Yeah.
barely could walk. Right, I reckon she was. If she weren't 80, I'd be shocked. Right.
Did you get her number?
Out down them steps, right? She got a walking stick.
I saw her.
We're walking past
her
a
too.
really bad limp
Yeah.
with a walking stick. And she stopped. We're walking down the middle of the road. And she said, "Okay, lads," as we're walking down. I said, "Yeah, you okay?" She said, "No, not really. I thought that was disgusting in there today." So I said to her, "What do you mean?" She said, "None of the players were doing anything. No one was doing anything." She said, "I can't understand like that." And I said to her, "You're not the only one who can't understand, love." I said, "Are you all right getting home?" And she went, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine. See you later." You know, and this is an 80-year-old woman that's been going to Spurs for the last 55 years.
Cookie, there's only 3 players that I can say could come off that pitch and had a little bit of pride, right? A little bit of pride that they put something in. And that was Kevin Danso, because he fought for every ball, the lad. And he's such a good spirited lad. You can tell when he's speaking, he's an honest, fair player, right? And he was battling. You can see he was battling. Archie Gray, he done a few good things, but he was battling, you know? He was in there trying to make something happen. And Matthias Tell, he was battling as well. He was trying, but the lad, he lacks a little bit of confidence and he lacks a little bit of technical skill at this stage of his career. You know, I'm not saying he won't develop into a better player, but what I saw of him, I quite liked. But the rest of them, nah, sorry. It was dreadful. Especially Jed Spence. Can
I come in with your Tell? Right, Tell, yeah. I said this for about a year now, yeah. And that was when he was on loan. And in the Wolves game especially, yeah, I said that this man struggles with composure and judgment.
He does.
Because he blazed it was like one of the last moments of the match, he blazed the ball over the bar. All he had to do was just be calm and composed. And I watched him blaze the ball and I'm like, mate, you can see that you're suffering. It's like you when you're thinking instantly, it's like you can't grasp it at the moment, and so you snap the opportunity, and that's why it goes. And for me, I look at Tell and I think I'm not even sure what you are. I'm not sure if you're an out-and-out winger or you're a striker. But when I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, because I don't know what position you are, you shouldn't be where you are in the team. You shouldn't be relied upon because really and truly, you're still developing and finding out who you are, which is why I didn't want Spurs to sign him at the time, because I said you need to have an established winger there. But instead, we didn't buy what we needed to buy in the summer. And basically now Tell is crossing the limelight and having to be the only wing option that we've got left.
Yeah, it's true. He's stuck between a rock and a hard stone, isn't he? He's not quite. He hasn't got the finishing of a striker. That's one thing for sure. He just hasn't got the composure and the shot. But he's got the ability on the wing to hold the ball. He does lose it. I must say that. But he tries, and he's got a little bit of technical skill, but he hasn't honed it yet. You know, and sometimes he lacks confidence. He won't take his player on. He'll just pass it back or he'll pass it infield, which is a bit disappointing. Well, a lot disappointing. But he did. The thing is, you're supposed to try anyway. That's a given, isn't it? I just feel he does. He flatters to deceive sometimes, Tell, but he's still learning the game. He's still not there as a complete player.
Sorry. I want to come in. You've gone through the whole thing. I really want to talk about the parade and the protests, and I think it'd be really helpful if we just stuck to topics rather than just go through everything, because I'm sure everyone wants to talk about Tell. I'm sure everyone wants to talk about protests.
Okay.
So I really want to talk about the protest because like right at the beginning. Right? Because
what protest?
Cookie. Well, exactly. Cookie. So I stayed off YouTube for a week, right? And I've come in to your chat, and I don't know if you remember a couple of days ago, I said you're scratching the surface of how I feel, right? And as someone who goes to every protest, or at least tried to go to every single protest, because I think a lot of them were very badly organised, if I'm brutally honest. I didn't want. I did put some questions to some of the Change for Tottenham guys when they announced that they weren't going to protest. When they announced that they were cancelling it, and I thought Connor on the Spurs 5, if anybody saw him, was very, very good at explaining why Change for Tottenham took the decision to not have a protest. My problem, and I will say this to Billy's face, I will say this to all their faces, right? And if they're, you know, I unloaded on Sava's stream, I unloaded on Sava's late night last night. My problem is that the Change for Tottenham guys all then used the Change for Tottenham platform to promote this parade. And that for me was bang out of order. They used Change for Tottenham, the platform that they've been given by fans getting behind them for what were protests against ENIC and what the board have been doing. They used that platform that they've been given to work with pro-ENIC bodies to stage that parade. Now, I don't have a problem with those guys going, do you know what? This isn't the right time to protest. It might be a very rational decision. And I don't have a problem with these guys deciding that they want to support it. But deciding that they were going to use the Change for Tottenham platform to do it, like their own little fiefdom, was wrong. It was bang out of order. It was bang out of order. And I've said, Change for Tottenham, RIP. And one of the responses I got back was, "What? Are you kidding me? No. You have no idea. You clearly have no idea what you've done. You are clueless." Because I tell you what, I'm not going to go and protest with Change for Tottenham again. Not a bloody chance. You've got people who've organised their lives, reorganised aspects of their lives to come and do that protest. And it's one thing for it to not go ahead. It's a completely different thing for those guys to flip to do what happened. Now, my perspective on that parade, and I call it a relegation celebration parade. That's what I call it. It was. I understand good intentions and all that, but it was the stupidest thing I've seen in my life. Mm-hmm. The stupidest thing, you morons. I understand that they were trying to add some positivity, and I'm absolutely clear that positivity gets positive results.
I don't think you should call them morons.
Right, I just got to jump in a minute.
I'm sorry. I think it was
not
really
morons,
stupid.
That's a bit harsh.
I think it was a really stupid
silly,
thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine.
Silly.
I think it was a really stupid thing to do.
I'll just jump in a minute.
Okay?
I'll just jump in a minute.
Hang on.
Biker, yeah, I did see you in the background, but your device wasn't connected, so I couldn't add you, mate. If you want to try and come back in, mate, I'll try and bring you on.
There is nothing that says, right? I have no idea why anybody thinks that the fans have not been getting behind these players. Every game I go to, there's singing, there's chanting. Do you know when it stops? When they let us down. That's when it stops. And in my head, this is what my brain did. And this is the last thing I'm going to say on it, right? In my head, the parade last May was one of the best days. It was absolutely fantastic. That day was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
But I protest outside the ground as well, and then I come in and I support the team, and I don't boo and I don't leave early. Right? I don't do any of those things, and yet, so when I see what they were doing, right? When I see what they were doing, what it looked to me was like they were celebrating, like the protest. Like last May. What we got to celebrate? We got nothing to celebrate.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really, really stupid thing to do.
I saw some videos from Sean Butler, and he was talking with Connor while he was on the it's like a vlog, isn't it? Right, of the parade, the bus parade. And I thought, why are you there? I mean, it sounds like, because Sean is probably more Enoch in than anybody I know, right? And he's never really supported a protest, but he's open about it. Yeah, he doesn't hide behind that he is or he isn't. Yeah, so I just feel it's disappointing to see someone who's changed for Tottenham at this when you should be organising the protest. I am with you on that, Rain, 100%. I do back everything you said, apart from the morons bit. I can't go with that.
No, but isn't that the same as the Spurs trust? I'm not being nasty here, but isn't that the same as the Spurs trust? They can't be trusted when it comes to the fans' point of view. You see the same policy? Because
I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree that they're.
And I'm looking at terms for Tottenham, and I'm thinking both of you, aren't exactly stepping up and fighting the cause for the fans. Both of you would sell the fans down to Swanee if it meant ingratiating yourself in the club. That's what I'm looking at for both of them. This is why I said I won't protest with you. I'm looking and thinking, really and truly, right, this was the time to have momentum in your favour. And yet again, you haven't taken it.
I know, it's just
put it this way, right?
Disappointing.
Bus parade or no bus parade yesterday, every time I go to that ground, my Enoch flag that is just over there, my Enoch out flag always comes with me.
Yeah.
Whether there's a protest or not, it always comes with me. My time for change thing that I got, it's always with me. So I took it to that stupid Kumbaya thing yesterday.
Like Cookie, you rearranged your day. It's a whole day for you because you're coming from Manchester or Oldham, wherever you live, and you're coming down to support a protest.
With the problems I had yesterday, Ellie,
I watched your show today. It was brilliant.
20 hours, Ellie, total
I know.
yesterday.
And it was dangerous as well. I said it to Cookie before he left. I goes, it was wickedly foggy yesterday down here.
Yeah, it was a little bit,
overcast. And it was dangerous for people driving. So let alone they had to travel all this way. And even Dan Analysts here coming from Watford, that's a long way to go down to London, and then you're going there with the pretense of going down there for the protest, only for it to be told that basically the protest has been cancelled, and whatever journey you've made from your home for the protest is gone.
Yeah, because you've also bought a ticket for the match. Yeah, because you don't want to come all the way down and not support your team as well, because we're Spurs fans. We will support our team inside the stadium. And every word you said, Cookie, this morning on your breakfast show, I felt every word. And like when you raising your voice, I was thinking, calm down, because give yourself a heart attack. But, it's just, you're such a passionate Spurs fan, right? And I can relate to you. Yeah, I'm with you on everything you say, but I can't relate to them because they've gone complete left field, like Rain said, and it's not right.
They were one of the organisations who actually asked for the parade. They got in contact with Enoch to ask for it. How on earth is that possible? Only our club would think about, just before an international break, having a parade. I mean, if any of the board thought that was going to end well, I just don't know. It's absolutely pathetic.
I know.
A parade for what? A parade for what? Getting relegated.
Yeah, but I'm not even being nasty yet. It did end well for Enoch because they got what was it, half price beer and half price shirt. So it ended well anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Profit, brother. What we doing it?
Do you know what annoyed me, right? Because the bloody bus is all blacked out, and like from Bricklayers Arms, I could see I was with this other guy and we were walking in, and it took us time to get to the Bricklayers Arms. So we could hear all the cheering until we got into the Bricklayers Arms. And then the bus is blacked out. You can't see nothing. So what were they cheering?
They
know
might
they were
not
on
have
there?
even been on there. The players might not have even been on that bus.
Indeed. Philly,
Who
and
knows?
Philly, do
You
you know what?
I mean?
Philly, do you know what? So Nigel said it as well. So apparently it has been announced that they had record sales. And I think that has made me I think that's what really pushed me over the edge. That's what's made me so upset that these guys basically have given ENIC I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it. ENIC have just played them like a fiddle.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's what's happened.
it's true.
The whole
true.
beer thing is what tipped me over the edge. I don't know how many of you know. I asked Billy T some questions on here the other night. I didn't ask him half of what I wanted to. It was a long day and I was knackered. But I offered to support. I don't have time, so I offered to support financially and stuff like that. But once I found out that they were giving away beers and half-price kits, and I just thought, well, CFT have just sold their soul to the devil. I can't justify getting behind an organisation that says they want ENIC out or they want change, but they're getting in bed with them. I can't emotionally do that. I couldn't physically hand them money knowing that they actually are the opposite of what I want. I'm fiercely ENIC out like everyone I know, and have been for so many years. So I can't literally, well, that just sums it all up. He's on with Abby Summers on TalkSport. I'll give up. There you go. I'll give up.
You see, and also, like you say, half price. I went into the Spurs shop to see what was going on. I told Cookie this earlier. The shirts were £34 from 85. Yeah, you see, and there was lots of sales on, lots of sales. Then I came out buying nothing, went straight out and made my way into the stadium. I was disgusted.
They don't want fans; they just want tourists. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but this is what I say. This is what I say.
Yeah.
Followers and fans, it's two totally different things. And we have more followers in that stadium than we do fans. And this is why protests do not work, because the majority of people there are for a day out with their kids. They don't even support the club. It's just, we'll go there, do this for little Johnny and little Sarah. And it's a great day out. And wasn't it fun eating popcorn and watching football? They don't care if we lose 2-0. They don't care if we lose 10-0. And they don't care if we win 10-0. Makes no difference to them or their lives. They've been there 5 minutes.
I was sat at the back of the South Stand for the Crystal Palace. Home to Crystal Palace. It was one of Conte's last games. We won 1-0. Harry Kane scored. There was a bloke sat in front of me playing Candy Crush the whole game. Playing Candy Crush. I stood up and shouted out, "Come on, you Spurs," as loud as I could. These people were staring at me as though I'd escaped from an asylum or something.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
This ain't the old White Hart Lane where everyone was singing and shouting and you could feel the stadium bouncing. It's a tourist attraction now, the stadium. The hardcore fans have been priced out and moved on.
I mean, I got a text from someone this morning, right, or WhatsApp in a group at 10:15 this morning, and I'll read it now. Was always our plan to keep it up. It was never a one-off, especially as we have 2 home games left before the last game of the season. So they're going to keep this up. And that's all Change for Tottenham want to do, and the rest of them want to do. Keep up this, let's clap a bus. It just makes zero sense. I just don't get where they're coming from.
Steve, do you want to have a word? Come on, mate.
Yeah, can I jump in next? We're about half an hour before I have to shoot, so sorry about that, guys.
Go on, mate.
Right.
You're all right. Go on.
Is Rain still here? No, is he gone?
He'll pop back in. He'll be listening.
Right.
Go on.
Don't come for me, guys. I'm really sorry. Right. Now, I got tickets on Thursday because Spurs Nottingham Forest was one of the first games I went to Tottenham in the 90s with my dad, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm going to take my son to it, okay? It's a vital game. Going to do it, right? And then I heard about this bus parade thing, and I was there in May, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to cling on to some if it's like, I'm going to try and cling on to some positivity, right? And it's probably my fault for being on the bounce of like the Liverpool result and the Atletico result, and you know how stupid was I? I was stood watching the bus come through, and I was cheering, and then I went in the stadium and I was cheering before I was in my seat an hour before kickoff. You know, singing the songs, getting everybody up, and then we were served that rubbish again. And I felt like such a fool for believing in that would give us any hope whatsoever. And I've been in it out for a long time, don't get me wrong. I've never been able to get down to the protests, but hell or high water, whatever protests are organised in the future, I'm going to be there because I was sold a lie yesterday. I thought it might help, you know, just cling on to some hope, and we were served that yesterday. And me and my son left it on 87 minutes with the third goal winning. You know, but that was my choice to do that, but I was sold a lie. And like Rain said, change for Tottenham, they've got nowhere to hide now because they're now. And I thought when I heard about they were going to do it again and again, I was like, it didn't work yesterday. We tried that. That's done now. You can't then continue to do it for the rest of the season. Yeah, fair enough. Try it. Didn't work. Move on from that. And you've got to try and get these owners out now because they're taking us down. Did you see the video, Benoit, yesterday?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
When I saw that this morning, I was like, "What a mug, Steve! What a mug!"
They don't care.
You try to do something positive because my best performance is the team, right? I love my club. Yeah, I've been a Spurs supporter for over 35 years, right?
Yeah.
So I love my club, and I go to the last few seasons. I've been to loads of European games, the odd Premier League game here and there, the odd FA Cup game, right? So I've been going a lot more than I used to, the last few seasons, and like and I was at that parade last year for the Europa League, and it was just buzzing because I was like, when am I going to be able to take my son to something like that again? It's never going to, in my lifetime, it's never going to happen. It's only happened like 17 years ago, and I don't even think we did a parade for that Carabao Cup game, did we?
Steve, yeah, me and you both, right? The protest was meant to go on yesterday.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, I spoke to Phil 2-3 weeks ago. Phil, have you got any tickets? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I want to take my son to the football. Yeah. My son is 31 years old.
Yeah.
Right? We've been Spurs fans all our life. And because of them pricks, right, up there, we've never been to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium together.
Right, okay.
Not once, because I'm obviously eating it out. I went to the West Ham game the other week, because I needed to see what was going on in there. It was a pile of shit. I needed to see it live with my own eyes. Arranged to go with my son yesterday in the Danalist, and we went in that ground yesterday, right? And I said to him, Aaron, do you remember when I brought you to the old White Hart Lane many moons ago, when he was a nipper 25 years ago? Yeah, and he said, yeah, I do remember, Dad. And he said to me, because he's been loads of times, on his own, but not with me. And he said, Dad, it's just not the same. It's just not the same here anymore. He said, it's not the same. He said, I can't even explain how I feel. Do you know what I mean? He's just a kid that's grown up with Tottenham all his life. He had me as his dad. He was in Tottenham baby grows in his. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys know, obviously, I've said this before in the chat, that I was a steward from White Hart Lane in the South Stand from 2010 to 2014, right? So I was there every single home game, and the atmosphere was just unbelievable. My son was probably about 2010? So he was probably about 7 when he went to his first game, Blackpool at home. It finished 1-1. And he absolutely loved it. And I took him a couple more times to White Hart Lane, but he's been loads with me at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and we've seen loads of European nights, loads of European wins. That was the first time he's been to the new stadium where we've lost. And he looked dejected yesterday when we were walking out. And I was like, what have I done to him? Do you know what I mean? And he's nearly 23. So I was like, what have I done to him? He just looked so down. And I was just like, and I was as well. And I was just like, what was the point? Why do we bother? You know, while they're upstairs, why do we bother? I mean, I've never bought anything in the stadium. I want to put that out there now. I've never paid their price there. I support the local, like, burger bands and local businesses outside, you know. That's what I do. I'd never buy anything in that stadium. And stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, what do we do, guys? Where do we go from here?
I actually enjoy going into the stadium. I do.
It's
go.
magnificent in there, right, Rain? Isn't it? There's no doubt about it. It's a wonderful place.
I go in an hour early. There's the guys behind me. There's a family in front. There's a 3-generation group in front of me. Lad, dad, and a granddad. There's a couple of guys over on the left. There's a guy who's been going since the 70s next to me, and his daughter, who's she's grown up. She's like your lad, Cookie. And I like going in. We have a chat. I look at the players. On Sunday, the players, I didn't realise this, but Tudor's got the players coming in late. So previously, they've always come in very, very early. But now, with an hour to go, Tudor's got them coming, and they all walked past. They were saying hello to the people who were queuing up and by the side. And I thought the stadium, it's always rocking at the start. There's always support. It's always loud. Next to me, I had a dad and a lad, and the lad was about 10. And it's like sorry, mate, I don't know. I can't remember your name. Adam. No, can't remember.
Which one?
The used to be a steward at White Hart Lane.
Pass.
Between 2010 and 2014 was a steward at White Hart Lane in the south.
Steve.
Yeah,
Steve. So Steve. So like your lad, right? It's them that I really feel for.
Yeah.
That they're not getting the experiences that they should. This little lad, we were having a good chat, me, his dad, and this little lad, about what was going on. Who's massively enthusiastic, and they're going to kill this lad's enthusiasm for our club. They're going to kill the next generation who are going to come through and actually, support our team. And in that stadium, it's always busy until they let us down. So, and I just cannot believe that the whole point. It almost feels like the fans are being told you're doing something wrong. You are the reason why these guys aren't performing well enough, because you're not supporting them properly. Therefore, we have to do this big thing outside and bring it into the stadium so that we can. And I don't think that's ever been the case. I don't think it's ever been the case that I've been at that stadium that they haven't had support from the fans. Do they get booed every now and again? Yeah, when they do something really stupid, like Vicario when we were playing Fulham, and he just has a complete bozo moment, and people are emotional about it. But the fans have always been behind the team. The team hasn't always been behind the fans. That's the problem.
Well, I'll tell you a story from yesterday. So I'm coming on I left early yesterday morning. I was coming in on the train, and the train stopped somewhere, and his dad and this kid got on, right? And they were Man City fans, right? This kid could have probably been about 6, maybe. And I was chatting to them, and they said, "Oh, you guys are going to stay up and stuff." I said, "Well, I don't see it, but thank you anyway." And I was chatting to this little lad, and I said, "Oh, you going to the cup final?" He went, "Yeah." I said, "Is it your first ever game?" "Yeah." "First ever cup final, first time at Wembley?" "Yeah." And he was really excited, right? And as soon as I left last night when I was saying, my thought went straight to that little lad, right? Man City fan, first time at Wembley, first cup final, first game. And I thought, do you know what? Yeah, he would have had a great day out today. He's seen his team win, he's seen his team lift the trophy, and he's like 6. You know what I mean? Some of our younger generation have never seen a trophy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, interference. We've got interference from somewhere.
It's definitely. I've just removed him.
It's
I'll
definitely.
bring you back in when you sort your interference out. Big up, Stel.
Oh, Stel.
Evening.
Stel.
I'll just deal with a super chat, and then you can have your say, Stel. Big up, Tim Man.
I'm happy. I'm happy to sit here and listen, guys. I'm happy to just listen to it.
Big up, Tim Man again.
Give us 1 second, Stel.
Guys.
Go on, mate.
We also had an Oasis song, A Long Party in the Bill Nick, celebrating the Arsenal defeat. Ain't that sad that we've just got to cheer when Arsenal lose now? That's all we got to cling on to.
Sure. Yeah, I was going to add a little point there.
You would think we would have nothing to worry about. Sums us up. Yeah, exactly, mate.
Sorry about
Big
this,
up, Tim Man. Hang on a minute, Philly. Hang on a minute, Philly.
Hang on, Phil.
Big up, Tim Man. Thank you. You're amazing, man.
Cheers, Tim Man. We really appreciate it.
Tim Man. Yeah, what I was going to say, right, is it sounds like a question of accountability, and I've said it for the last few years now. There's no one in Tottenham Hotspurs that take accountability for their actions. It's like this is this person's fault, or it's that person's fault, and it's never their fault. And because there's no accountability within the club, they get away with murder. And this has always been an issue with me for a long, long time. That the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, and you can see it as it runs throughout the club. Even the window, right? For me, Lang should have been sacked years ago. The fact that he neglected positions on the football field in the summer, was shocking in itself. But the fact that he's still here is even more worrying. That he's got the summer to go and do that again, which is what I'm looking at. This is what I said to you a couple of weeks back, Cookmaster, where him saying we're going to have a good summer is a threat. I don't want to see it, blood. Because really and truly, I know that you're incompetent at your job, but yet you're still in a role at Tottenham Hotspur. So obviously you must be doing something right if you're still here. And that for me, is what I'm looking into, because I'm thinking, how are these people still actively in a job and still working for this firm, yet they're incompetent at their work, or visibly incompetent at their work?
Because Langer is a puppet. And he does whatever they say, right? He's just a face for them, right? He's not a DOF. I don't see him as a DOF because he hasn't done anything to bring any decent players to us. And then that January thing, he was just wheeled out because they haven't got the bollocks to come out and say they're not going to buy anybody, and they buy Conor Gallagher, a complete different profile to what we needed. Right, and it was an opportunist buy, and he's just there, just doing what they say for him to do. Yeah, because last season, remember, he did exactly the same interview in January that he did this year. So you know there's something that stinks.
Don't you think it's a case of if your boss doesn't know what they're doing, you can kind of pull the wool over their eyes? And I think the higher ups, his bosses, haven't got a clue what they're doing.
They don't have a Scooby-Doo, mate. Basically.
Yeah, but when it comes to money, they do. And Stel gives some information on that, because I know Stel is hot on that.
Yeah, big up, Stel. Welcome, mate. What have you got to say then? Come on.
What's the topic? What are we talking on about?
Whatever you want, mate.
Whatever I want. Can we just get this thing relegated? Can we relegate the club?
Relegation.
Just get on with it, please? Can we just go down and get on with it, please? Why do we need to delay this anymore? What are we waiting for?
It's Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
It's a foregone conclusion we're going down. I don't know why anyone's
I
positive.
think it is now.
I've said,
Oh, it
I've
is
said, I've said it
100%,
in
yeah.
this chat for weeks that, you know, I don't see anything in the league that shows us that we're going to win a game. So let's just
Yeah.
Yeah,
get
I've
it
been
over and
saying
done with now.
Give up.
since Newcastle, I've been saying 2 points for the rest of the season, and one of these points that we've got was not from a game where I was expecting us to get points. You know, so now I'm actually wondering where our next point comes from, because I honestly don't see us getting anything from our remaining games. I've looked at them. The only ones in my head possibly would be 2 of the original games I said, because what I said was I reckoned the 2 points would come in our games against either Palace at home, Everton at home, Forest at home, or Leeds at home. Now, we all saw what happened at Palace. And then we somehow got a point at Liverpool. So I'm halfway through to my prediction. So I think there's maybe possibly 1 point against either Leeds or Everton remaining. And if you had to ask me to make a prediction, I don't really actually see us getting anything from those games, especially not if we played how we played in the second half yesterday. So I think we're stuffed. I think the Championship is upon us. And yeah, we'll have to get ready for, I don't know, Plymouth away.
If Tudor
Excellent.
says
Down the
we're
road
dead,
from me. That's 80 miles down the road from me. I don't see my door.
if Tudor
I'll tell you
says we're
this, right?
dead,
I'll
He's not
tell you
staying.
this. I'll tell you this,
Klinsmann's
right?
coming.
My dad's a Chelsea fan, okay? My dad's a Chelsea man. And I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it? I'll tell you this now. If we have to go to Stamford Bridge to stay up, right? If that's the game, let me tell you this now. Oh, no, forget the result. They're going to need 5,000 Metropolitan Police officers at that game. Because I tell you now, it is going to fucking go off like the 1980s hooligan era. Because those Chelsea fans, I'm telling you now, they're planning. You see that parade we had on Sunday? They're planning that to celebrate sending us down. And if they get their way, do you think our fans are going to sit there and be all, our fans will lose it? They'll completely lose it. And they're going to have to keep the Spurs away fans in that stadium for 3 hours afterwards, because they're going to be partying and partying and partying. And we can't walk into that. That'll be the most police game this season. Mark my words, guys. If it gets to that, of course, if it gets to that, it's going to be an absolute shitfest on the streets and in the stadium. And a lot of people are going to get into a lot of trouble that day. Fines, sanctions. It's going to be Battle of the Bridge under Poch. It's going to be Battle Under the Bridge 2.0 on cocaine, crystal meth, steroid. Fucking, it's going to be bonkers if that happens. There's no way they're going to police that game. It's going to be carnage, absolute carnage. If Chelsea relegate us, they are planning the mother of parties. You wait and see. I'm telling you.
Do you know the
by the way, Stelios is not promoting any of them things.
I'm actually very concerned about that game if it gets to that, because there will be some people will get hurt that day. It's going to be a horrible day.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Our fans aren't going to sit there, 4,000 away fans, and just be like, yeah, that's all right. You do that in front of us. We're going to lose it. They're the diehard fans that go to away games. They're going to snap. They're going to snap.
Right.
So
still, I'm going to add a little bit of fuel to your fire, yeah, and that's this, yeah. That Chelsea game, yeah, Chelsea are going to be well up for it, because if they can relegate Tottenham Hotspur, they're going to be well up for that game, man.
Oh, they're going to be all over it.
when are they not up for it? When are they not up for it?
They're always up for the
But
game.
they've got even more motivation still this time, because this is they'll use that and say, well, you know what, yeah, we can get rid of Tottenham. We can actually relegate them and make history of getting rid of a team that has never been relegated from the Premier League. So they're going to use that as fuel to even more perform in that game. That's what I'm saying to you.
You know, another stipulation on top of that will be if Chelsea continue this poor run of form that they're currently on, because then that will also add in the Dr. Tottenham effect. Basically, if they continue to have bad results like we've been seeing up until this game, then it will be the Dr. Tottenham effect that we always see as well, adding on top of that. I'm telling you, I'm not looking forward to how this season
go back and watch Battle of the Bridge. Go. Sorry, mate. Sorry, I thought you'd finished. Sorry.
No.
So
You go, mate. You go.
You also know it's not going to be a 1-0. It's going to be a 4-0 to Chelsea, or it's 3-0. You know it's not going to be a 1-0. It's going to be a hammering as well.
I nearly choked
If we're
on my
lucky.
words. I know you're going to kill me off before the game.
Mate, go back and watch. Go back and watch Battle of the Bridge. Go watch that game.
Oh my God, I
How
watched
fiery and toxic it was on the pitch. People putting their fingers in each other's eyes.
Yeah.
Horrible tackles. the
Dembele.
managers getting involved. Yeah.
Fucking
Go
hell.
back and watch that game. Right,
And
now
John
imagine-
Terry
now
made the
imagine-
video just now. John Terry made the video saying that he hates us. He hates Tottenham.
Ellie, the build up to that game, is going to be toxic. And what happened when we played them? Imagine that happens, but they relegate us. Forget them stopping us winning the league. They relegate us. It's going to be. I don't know what they're going to do with that game. If it comes to it, if it comes to Spurs have to win to stay up, if it comes to it, I really don't know what the authorities, the FA, the police are going to do with that game, because that is horrid. That's a horrid situation.
It's going to have to be played behind closed doors.
Something like that.
It's
Wouldn't
the
it
option.
technically?
I
wouldn't
reckon
it
won't
they
do
will
that.
do.
It
I know they
technically
won't.
be Battle of the Bridge 3.0, wouldn't it? Because I remember people calling the 2-2 draw under Conte, where the handshake happened. I remember lots of people calling that the Battle of the Bridge 2.0. So this would be bloody 3.0.
There you go. Well, what I can't believe you all you lot are on here tonight. It's like someone put in a thing earlier. It's like celebrity squares now, isn't it? There's so many people on here. It's
I know, guys.
I'm just glad we got the Arsenal game out of the way and they battered us again. Because if it was them, I'd think my heart would sink if they relegated us. Chelsea, I hate them, yeah, but I don't hate them like I hate Arsenal. I absolutely despise Arsenal, and I will banter them. I don't care what anybody says on this panel. I'm here to banter Arsenal. I banter Stefan all the time. I'll give him hell. And so does still banter. Still, that's all we've got at the moment.
Have you seen Angus? Has Angus gone missing again?
Angus, no, he's all right. He's harmless, Angus.
Vindaloo was in
Vindaloo.
Yeah, he was in
Vindaloo was missing.
Same as Vindaloo.
All of them, yeah.
Right, let's move on. Let's talk about, because we've got a coach on the panel as well, which is excellent to know. Let's talk actually about the game yesterday. And I wrote just a few things down. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the formation. And let's talk about the substitutes, when they happened, who came on, why, and so on. I gave all my views on the breakfast show this morning, so I don't really need to speak because everyone knows exactly how I feel about it if you watched it. Listen, whoever wants to take, you're all here, you can all have yourself. If you want to go one at a time or you just want to speak between you because you're not shouting over each other, however you want to do it, it's entirely up to you. You're all adults. I don't want to tell you. You know,
well, I'm going to drop out soon, because I've got to get up early in the morning. So
Go on,
first
Phil.
and foremost, what I'm going to say is I was not impressed with the starting lineup. There was no creativity because Avi Simmons was on the bench. And for him, after the Atletico game, which I said it was a dead rubber anyway because Atletico already threw in the tie. But after that performance, and he had a point to prove, as you saw in the second goal that he scored, where the way he celebrated, it was a shame, that he wasn't started. And that, for me, was a massive faux pas from Tudor. But I have no opinion on Tudor as a manager because I don't really care if he's here or not. And I've wiped my hands off the managers. I don't really care who the manager is. To me, they can hire Pope Leo if they want to, or they can go and hire Dynamo. At least he's a magician. Because I don't really care who the manager is from this standpoint. but when I look at the starting lineup, we haven't got a left winger in the club. And Talia, like I said before, he struggles with end product. Odegaard is the same. They can run at their man and they can do little fine touches, but there's nothing at the end of it. So I look at both of them and I say, well, what am I expecting from Tell on the left? Solanke, I don't rate him. Chesney Hawkes, one good year. I don't rate the Pigeon. awful, foul smelling bird that is there, man. That bad pigeon. I don't rate Archie Gray. He shouldn't be in that position because right in a pivotal game like that, yeah, you need to have your senior defensive midfielder and Conor Gallagher next to him. So I said the midfield of Sarr and Gray was lightweight and they'll be run through, and exactly how it planned out. I said I looked at the back line. And what was it? Danzo, Romero, and Van der Ven as a left back. I said, well, we haven't got a left-sided centre back because Spurs didn't buy that in the window either. So even if you wanted to rest Van der Ven, you still can't. Vicario had a hernia, yet he was still playing. So what exactly are we doing here? We're playing injured players here, known injured players here, because we've got no other options in the squad. And then you look at it yesterday, and I agree with you on one bit, yeah. The passion and the thing wasn't there, especially in the second goal. The second goal, yeah, where Morgan Gibbs White scored, he had the freedom of the Spurs penalty area. There were 3 players there just ball watching basically, and he had the whole of the 5-yard box to put that ball into the box, into the goal. And you're looking at him and thinking, no wonder if you shut him down. But am I surprised by this? No, because I said this time last year, I said it. We struggle to close men down, so you give them space and time here, and they're going to hurt you. Because none of our players here have it in themselves to close a man down and shut them off. So
do you know Philly, right? You know when Morgan Gibbs White scored, right? Just to let you know this funny thing, right? The Forest fans started singing, "Morgan Gibbs White, he knows that you're shit. He knows that you're shit," right? And Morgan Gibbs White, I was looking at him, and he was chuckling, right, and trying to hide it with his hand.
The commentator said it was because he was happy that he'd scored a goal. They just completely ignored the Forest chant that we could all hear, and they were saying, "Oh, we know why he's smiling because he's just scored." And I'm like, "No, they're singing he stayed because you're shit. That's why he's smiling." Yeah, no. With this game, I think basically it was just a case of us basically. I don't even know if you can call it playing football because we barely created chances. We had a lot of the ball, did nothing with it, but it was basically the first half looked more or less like we had most of the ball. So I don't think many people had, too many complaints with regard to just an utter non-performance in the first half. But then with the second half, after these subs that Tudor made, it just completely fell apart and we were back to not even playing football anymore. I remember just seeing these substitutions and I was thinking, well, why has he not brought Xavi on? You know, I mean, I think he should have been starting in the first place. And then he also just left. I said this before the game had even started. Sarr and Gray in midfield together when you have Palhinha.
That's a joke.
What on earth are we doing there?
It is.
What was he doing? I genuinely want to get inside his head to understand why did Thomas Frank not start Palhinha? Why does Igor Tudor seem very averse to starting a Palhinha when he has him fit? Because this is a player that, even though you can sort of make comments about how he sort of passes the ball, he always wins the ball off the opposition. He's there to just put his foot in and then give it off to someone else. That is what he does. And he also has a goal in him as well. That's another thing about Palhinha. He scored a few goals for us this season. I really do not get what these managers have issue with. And, you know, I just don't know why we don't play Palhinha more often, because I genuinely think we do look better when he is on the pitch. We can have conversations about the other midfielders like Gallagher, whether he should have been starting. But for me, Palhinha, the way people talk about Romero and Van der Ven, they have to start every game. I say that about Palhinha. He's one of these players that I just think should be there on the bloody pitch if he's available to be played.
You need a senior player in midfield. As simple as that.
We needed a man, and we got boys.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know why he didn't start? Because he won't be here next season. That's why he didn't start, probably. Palhinha is not going to be
this season.
It's a silly reason, because we need to stay up.
That's the only thing I can think of why he hasn't started. And he knows that Gray and Sarr are going to be here. Palhinha won't be, therefore he's not starting.
Yeah, but
next
season. I don't care about next season.
Let's bring in Biker Yid. Big up, mate. How are you?
All right, mate.
Big up, Biker.
Who cares
First time on the channel.
Guys, I'm going to shoot. Yeah, I'm going to shoot, guys. But great being on with all of you.
All right,
Right,
Steve.
Steve. See
All
ya.
right, Steve.
Great
All right,
story.
Steve. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
No worries.
Cheers,
That's
mate.
all about next season. We care about this season. And them senior players had to be on the pitch.
Yeah,
It's as simple as
absolutely. 100%, yeah, absolutely. But me and Philly predicted the scoreline before on Savage programme, even before all these Ragnars and people like that. 4-0 to Spurs, 2-0 to Spurs. Me and Philly picked 3-1. I picked 2-0. As soon as you saw that lineup, you thought there's not a chance.
It's over.
Did we, Philly?
Philly?
Mate, I was the only one on the Spurs 5
You've got
on
three,
Thursday night that said we're not going to beat Forest.
Not going to be
I was the
Forest.
only one that said,
Yeah, you said we're not going to
I didn't
beat
even
them.
know- I didn't even
The
know
best
the-
we're going to get is a draw, you said.
I've been saying it all week long, right? And unfortunately, our fan base is so desperate for anything that they lose their minds in what I call blind optimism.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Yeah.
All about
Delusion.
We've got no backbone still.
I think I've said this about 7,000 times. When we beat Burnley and Man City, everyone got carried away. Look at Frank. Look what a proper coach does. And I sat there saying, hold on a minute. Burnley are going to get relegated. And Man City, we've got their number. Why can't we just wait before we jump on this Frank engine? And then, and then the wheels come off. We did the same against Borussia Dortmund. We're back. Look at that performance. Can we do that for 3-4 games in a row before everyone gets excited? Oh, you're negative. You just hate the club. And then we draw to Burnley, lose to Man United. The wheels come off. And then we did it again against Liverpool at Anfield and against Atletico. And, I was one of a number of fans who said, but the pressure's off, isn't it? Can we see how we handle the pressure before we say that things have changed? Because we've only had 1 point out of 12 in the league under Tudor. Exactly. And then we go and play Forest. And I'm looking at all these fan cams. Oh, it's an amazing atmosphere. The fans, they're the best fans in the world. And they're going round. Then everyone's like, yeah, 3-1, 4-0. Yeah, we'll smash them 2-0. Okay. We lose 3-0. We lose 3-0. You don't hear a word. You don't hear a word.
No.
Still, mate. It's like what you used to say. Sorry, mate. Carry on.
I was saying, and then you got people like me who get slandered, slated, abused, all sorts of shit because you dare to not follow the crowd and actually say, I see something different to you. You can have your opinion, but I see something different. Can you not call me the devil's work because I just don't agree with you? But they don't. And then when the shit hits the fan, it's
too late.
Which way shall I go now? Which way shall I go now? And then one or two voices will come out. They'll lead the shit. Right, we'll go that way, or they'll go hiding. Or, mate, I've said it all season long. I've said it all season long, and I'm not changing my mind.
It's like
this
what you
ENIC 2.0. This ENIC 2.0. Nothing has changed. I said it in the summer. Nothing has changed. When they signed Ben Davies, when they re-signed Ben Davies, and they made Mateus tell their first signing, I said, "Fuck all's changed.
Nothing's changed."
It's got what?
Yeah. What was it you used to say? I've seen a lot of you on the shows, mate. You say that thing about that we're so starved as a fan base, basically, of any quality whatsoever, that when we're given a tiny bit of crumbs, right, we think that we're dining at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. That's the analogy. We saw it against Liverpool. We basically, I had a feeling that, so this, everyone was saying we were going to get battered by Liverpool, right? Everyone was saying 5-0, 6-0. My personal feeling was Liverpool this season haven't really been anything too special, and I thought we would lose, but I thought it was just going to be a 2-1 loss. I didn't think they were going to do anything too much special. It was a 1-1 draw, but even in that game, I don't know if anyone noticed this, but we didn't really create anything. All of our chances that we got in that game against Liverpool all came from Liverpool's sloppiness, basically. You go back and watch the highlights. Basically, whenever we got a chance, it was just basically the Liverpool defence just having a brainwave and passing it to one of our attackers. And the Atletico Madrid game, we'd already lost. There was no pressure on us.
Mate, just so you
don't play
understand,
under pressure.
just so you can understand how wishy-washy our fan base has now become, how ridiculously lost they are now. I've never seen it this bad. It's been bad, but not like this. I went on We Are Tottenham TV after the Liverpool game, and I said, guys, I don't think we were good. I think we played shit, but Liverpool were just as shit. I thought both teams. It was like a pre-season training game. It was it was an appalling game of football. We deserved the draw. We deserved the point because we matched them. But it was shit versus shit, mate. The comments, about 1,000 comments. My mum got it. My dad got it. My kids got it. I don't even have kids. I don't have kids, and my kids got it, right? And I called them up and said, guys, can you turn the comments off because this is out of control. So they listen, they're respectful boys. They turned off the comments. I went on yesterday and I said exactly the same kind of stuff. All the comments. We got a protest now, right? Hold on a minute. 7 days ago, my mum, dad, and the kids I haven't got, right? Now, but this is the state of our fan base. We don't know what we're doing.
How many new subscribers did you get from it? How many new subscribers did you get from it?
Well, I lost 50. I lost 50 on Sunday. I gained 70 yesterday.
That's good going still. Well done.
It's nuts.
No, but the thing is,
the point is, look at
I was just thinking. Do you know what I was just thinking? Arsenal should have. You know what? I was just thinking Arsenal should have let us go and play Man City and they play Forest for us. We swap over.
We would have won the cup.
Any day.
We would have won the cup.
We would have won it. No way Man City are beating us.
Well,
we would have got Ryan Mason.
Let me add a bit to Stel, yeah, right? Because you said, right, now, if I quote you right, yeah, right, when you look at the games, yeah, and put into context, yeah, the Spurs fans grasp at anything, yeah, it's like you're desperately grasping at straws, right? Look at the Liverpool game, yeah, Liverpool weren't fantastic, like Main said earlier, yeah, they weren't fantastic on the day, but they had opportunities to score. Let's not forget that. They had so many opportunities to score. They just didn't have their shooting boots in the first half. And eventually, yeah, if you do not score, yeah, right, the opposition team grow into the game and then we got a goal. We got a goal in the last minute. Now, before that, we had games against Fulham, yeah, where they were dominant and they had so many chances. Crystal Palace had the same thing. If you look at the Atletico game, yeah, the first game, yeah, they tore us a new one in Atletico. But at the time, when they came back to Waha Lane, like I said earlier, the game was already done. So there was zero pressure in that game. And there was zero pressure in the Liverpool game because anything they got at Anfield, yeah, was a bonus. So I looked into that and I said, you know what? Just sit back and just watch because I know that this team isn't good in the main. And one thing they struggle is consistency. I don't even think they've won 3 games in a row this season. I don't think they've done that last season.
They won 2 games in a row. I don't think they have.
So once you put that into context, yeah, all right, you look at that and you think, what exactly are you cheering for exactly? And am I that desperate that I'm looking and thinking that I'm going to take plaudits from Atletico game here, where they've got nothing. Atletico have nothing to prove. They've already done their job in the first game, and even in the second game here, the moment Tottenham scored, look how Atletico went on the upper end and scored and equalised. So they were never out of control in that tie whatsoever. So, like I said earlier, yeah, when I watched the Nottingham Forest game, that was just a foregone conclusion because the moment there's pressure in the game, Tottenham were always going to break, and we've seen that for years. We saw it at Chelsea last
in midfield, though, Philly.
No, but it's every game that Spurs have pressure, mate. We saw it against Liverpool last year. We saw it against Chelsea when we were 2-0 up. They buckle under pressure. They can't handle it.
We've got no spine.
That's true.
Who was it?
I think what's happened to us right now is, and I had this chat with Wayne Holland, who's a Leicester fan, because he went through this with Leicester. Listen, that Leicester team that went down had some very good players in it, right? Let's not forget they weren't a crap Leicester team; they had good players. And I was chatting to him about it, and what he described is what's happened to us now. When you're in a rut and you're in free fall, what happens is if one thing goes against you, you've got no ability to fight adversity. So that sucker punch, that one goal before half time, that's it. We don't know what to do with it. Whereas, is
it not the manager's job to get them in at half time and sort them out?
It's
Yeah,
the
but he
manager's
didn't.
job, yes. But the problem is, the manager, he had a very short window to fix that. It was the first 3-4 games, and it didn't happen. And on Spurs 5, I said after the Arsenal game, get rid of him. I've seen far too many basic flaws with this manager. He doesn't get the Premier League, and I think we've got to change him now. And a lot of the guys said you can't do it straight away. Oh, this is knee jerk. You've got to give him time. I said, guys, I don't think we should give this guy time. And I get it. It is one game. But then by the time we got to the Palace game, mate, he had to go after that Palace game for me. Definitely. He had to. And the worst thing that happened was getting that point at Anfield gave him another game. And now look.
Yeah.
But he came in with an awful record anyway, didn't he?
Mate, this manager,
didn't it?
Listen, whatever manager came in after Frank
Liverpool game
had to get at least one win in the first 4 games. At least one.
Yeah.
To get none, it defeats the point of bringing the new manager in for that bounce.
But I think he always had up to the Forest game. I think he always had those games up to and including the Forest game.
He's got to go now, though.
Joey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Joey, let me ask you a question. If we lost to Liverpool, do you think he would have been sacked?
No.
See, I think he would have got sacked after Liverpool.
No, I think he had. I said it weeks ago in here to Cookie. I said I think he's got up to and including Forest.
Apparently, he's gone home now. He's gone home to obviously with his family, and apparently it's all hush hush. Apparently, they're making inquiries now because obviously what's happened to his dad, and yeah, there's no way he's going to come back after that. No, 100%. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah,
mate.
And I saw the reports that we're after a guy called Adolf.
Yeah,
who got sacked by Monaco.
Yeah, we'll just put another guy gets sacked in or does nothing.
How the fuck?
What is wrong with us?
Just when you think, right? Just when you think it can't get worse, how the fuck does a club that's got a large Jewish fan base look at a manager that sounds like Adolf Hitler? Please tell me. Honestly, you can't write this.
It's an experiment, isn't it? It is a social experiment, this club. They do it on purpose. They must do.
The banter they are gifting the world on our fucking shoulders is insane.
Yeah.
So how did you look at that and not think, hold on a minute, maybe not go there? No,
another manager with no Premier League experience and no relegation battle experience. So frying pan into the fire.
And maybe getting the change his name first.
Let's go and get Robbie Keane, innit?
Well, Sherwood's begging for the job. Sherwood is begging for the job. Begging for the job.
Someone was told yesterday it was going to be Klinsmann and Mather.
I've seen reports we're going to have another dance with Ryan Mason. Imagine that.
Oh, right.
God, bloody hell. He put West Brom down the bottom.
So I wonder that's
the thing that came after him, did worse for him.
So Harry Redknapp's been twerking.
Listen, guys, I personally think, I honestly think we are going to forget what I want. I do believe we are going to get relegated now.
Oh, it's done. It's done. Foregone conclusion.
It's done.
Foregone conclusion.
The only way we're not is if we play Xavi and Paulinho.
Or if West Ham lose every game. We need West Ham to lose every game.
Eddie, let me tell you something. West Ham's next game is Wolves, and they play days before us, right?
I know.
If they beat Wolves and we go 18th, I'm telling you now, when our players see that we're 18th, we're not getting out of that. I said it all along. If we do drop in that bottom 3, we are not getting out of that bottom 3. And I really believe that. I'm not trying to scaremonger. Oh, he's doing it for clicks. They'll just want it. I mean it. If we drop into that 3, actually, you see us in that 3, we ain't coming out.
We're going to shit the bed, aren't we? We're going to shit the bed.
We'll shit summit.
We can't handle it. These players can't handle it. They can't handle the moment. They can't do it.
You think we got Sunderland after the 3-week break, yeah? Is that right? Sunderland after the 3-week break?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Their fans, they're going to eat us alive. Their fans alone, not their players. Their players are eat us alive as well, but their fans are like the most fanatical fans you'll ever meet. They went to Newcastle and beat them.
Listen,
Oh.
the only hope we've got, is pray to God that West Ham don't beat Wolves. If they don't beat Wolves, Spurs have got the thinnest of chances. But if they
The only
beat
hope
Wolves,
we've got
and we're
is if
top
West
18,
Ham don't win another game. That's our only hope, in my
That's
opinion.
basically it, and that's not going to happen.
Do you know what
That's
makes me laugh?
Go on, Anna.
Nuno was their Wolves manager for quite a long time, so he's got a very good connection with them. That's another thing that's going against us.
Nuno got sacked by Tottenham. His motivation levels to relegate us
They're
are
up there.
He'd love to put one on us. Of course he would.
Yeah.
We sacked him after 10 games. He's got no loyalty to us.
Embarrassed him.
He's got no
It's not
loyalty
even
to us.
Nuno. I'd be worried about it. West Ham themselves here would have the motivation to knock Spurs down because
they do.
They look at Spurs as a rival, innit?
They'll be gunning for us. We're dead meat. There's so many clubs that can just go like that and kill us off before we even get to the Chelsea game. We might even be relegated before then.
The problem is, as a fan base, you look at our remaining fixtures and nobody can put their hand on their heart and say, we're winning that game. None of us can.
Yeah.
Some of them can.
So
some of them can, because I don't know what they're watching and I don't know what they're taking. But some of them will sit and go, we can get 3 points here, 3 points there, we'll be fine. And I'm like, well, what are you watching every week?
Now, after the Newcastle game, I looked at our remaining fixtures, and I know I keep on banging this drum, but I said 2 points maximum, 2 points, and I'm sticking to that. We get 1 point out of the remaining games that we have, and that's me being optimistic because I don't see us winning any of them. How on earth are we actually expecting a win when we literally look terrible every single game? And I also said, what was it? I said that we're the new Wolves, basically. What Wolves were the first half of this season, we became that for the second half of this season. I kept on saying we are the new Wolves, but I think we actually look even worse than them because
when I watch Wolves play, I'll see a pattern of play. With us, it's a mismatch.
We don't do anything. We don't even play football. These players, they go on there,
mate, on the pitch. We've got no backbone.
Yeah, mate, this manager is clueless. We're putting crosses into the box. Their two centre halves are dealing with all of it. They dealt with every cross into that box. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because Forest have actually got 2 top-level centre backs. They dealt with everything. We didn't even trouble their centre backs. So what do? Keep putting crosses in the box. I know. How's about we put a proper 10 on the pitch and try and go a bit more through the middle? Rather than balls in the air, which they're comfortable.
Yeah, but when we did get
we didn't.
Richarlison needed 5 chances out of 5 chances to put a ball away.
That's the thing. If Harry Kane was still at Spurs by some miraculous miracle, we would have won that game at Anfield 5-1. We would have won it 5-1 because he would have put away every single chance that Richie missed.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I did a pre-match review before the game, and I said Morgan Gibbs-White's their top scorer. Morgan Gibbs-White's created the most big chances for Forest, and Morgan Gibbs-White's taken the most shots for Forest this year. He's clearly the key man for them. So what we must do is stop him. And the best chance of stopping him is man-to-man mark him. It's got to be Paulinho. Just tell Paulinho, you might not be good on the ball, passing, dribbling, but you can tackle, you can intercept, you can read the game. Yeah. Get on him. What do? We put 2 kids on the middle of the pitch. Go and deal with their main man.
Absolutely flabbergasted, bro. Flabbergasted.
It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking what we did.
8 players in that box, and none of them were marking them.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I don't know if you've seen this clip. I saw it on Reddit. The bloody Romero tracking back for that goal, and he was jogging.
But you see, you can't blame the manager for that. You've got to look at some point at these players, and I know everyone's at a bit of a pop at Tell, and what I'm saying is in no way aimed at just Tell, but he's archetypal of what we've got in this squad, which is a player who clearly thinks he's a lot better than he actually is, and a lot of these players think the same.
They all do, mate. They all do, mate. Do you know why that is?
Sorry, Van der Ven taken off?
Not good enough.
Apparently he picked up a knock or something, Ellie. But
okay.
Basically,
he wasn't running properly.
Why was he at left back?
No clue, brother. No clue. But
We spent £10 million on a left back in January.
I've been saying this, bro. We literally buy this guy and then we don't put square pegs in square holes. I've been saying places. Oh, but he's just a kid. He's a square peg that will fit into a square bloody hole. But I'm going to go back to what sorry, man, I can't see your name, but about these players thinking that they're better than what they are. And I can basically tell you the reason for that. It's because historically, right? I think we can all agree that historically speaking, when we look at the silverware that we have won as a club, we are historically a big club in terms of winning silverware, if you go back through all the years, right? So these players, they come to Spurs and they think, I'm at Spurs. I'm a big club. I'm at a big club. All I have to do now is walk onto the pitch, and these Burnley players or these Nottingham Forest players or whoever team it is, which are categorised as being a lesser club than us, they just think, I just need to walk onto this pitch and they're going to let me do my thing. They're just going to let me, they're going to let us waltz all over them because I'm at Spurs. I'm at a big club now. All I have to do is walk onto that pitch and I'll win. And then when it's not like that, because all these teams have fight in them and they do fight against us, they don't know what to do and they just get bloody confused and they get frustrated because that sort of entitlement of I'm at a big club, all I have to do and walk on the pitch is then challenged and they don't know how to react to that. And then they just basically collapse. They stop playing football. And another thing is the recruitment. We can talk about managers, we can talk about players all day long, but the recruitment it's been over a decade of this. It's been piss poor. Awful recruitment from whoever it is in charge of recruitment. If you think about some of the players we used to have, when we used to actually win most of our games under Poch, even before we had that sort of wonder
we're going
team
big in the summer.
16, yeah, we always hear that. The squad that we used to have, you think about the kinds of players that were our fringe players. The fringe players were Eric Lamella's, Nasser Chadley's, who would have a few off games, but they'd sometimes show up on the pitch and they'd put the bloody ball in the net and they'd fight until the very death of it. Yeah, Eric Lamella's and Nasser Chadley. Especially Lamella. As slowly but surely, what we did was we replaced Eric Lamella's and Nasser Chadley's with Brian Hill's and George Kevin Nkudu's, basically. And we just kept on doing that. Yeah, and Njai's, basically. And we just kept on doing that more and more. And then we off-shipped our Harry Kanes. And then Son, he ran his course in the end. Age ended up getting to him. And then all of a sudden, all we have left are basically these players that are just not good enough. None of them are bloody good enough. And I just cannot believe that we have actually got to this position. And then whenever you would actually dare question the signings, the majority of our fans would say, you're not a real fan. You're not a real fan. How dare you be upset that we didn't sign a senior pro? How dare you be upset that we signed a 19-year-old from Burnley instead of going for a left winger? And then all these same fans, right? All these same fans who complain at me and complain at other people for just merely questioning why on earth are we buying these youngsters for like 40 million quid instead of maybe giving our academy kids a go who've grown up in the local area or whatever. They then start complaining about the fact we're losing matches. And I'm like, hang on a second. You were waxing lyrical about Wilson Odobert coming over here for like 30 million quid or whatever it is. You called me a fake fan for questioning it, right? And now you want to complain about the fact we're losing matches, right? And I just can't believe what I actually see from the fan base with regard to all this. And another thing that drove me crazy was basically the fans in the stadium. I don't want to be calling too many people out here, but the fans in the stadium that would sort of endlessly harass Thomas Frank, say you're getting sacked in the morning, but then didn't dare question who was it who brought Thomas Frank in the first place? Who was it who took the decision to sack the manager who had won us our first trophy in 17 years and bring him in the first place? They sing you getting sacked in the morning to Thomas Frank, and then they go down into the concourse, they get themselves an £8 pint of beer that's filled up from the bottom, and they get themselves a slice of Asian fusion noodle pizza, gourmet, for like 12 quid or whatever it is, a slice. And they just, they just don't think for a second, and then they call anyone who actually dares question the fundamental problems at this club. They call us negative fans. They call us toxic.
And what better? It's never going to go on better. They're accepting of this shit.
That's more for them, isn't it?
Do you know the sad thing about it? You know the sad thing about what you say there, Deputy Mania? It's the fact that the players that would be on the bench under Pochettino, right, would be the first team players in this generation right now. Because a lot of the players that we had on the bench in that time, would be in the first team when you look at the first team right now. And that's the damning indictment of it. And I felt that way, when we upgraded Eric Dyer, because Eric Dyer was a bench player under Pochettino. And we basically made him a first team regular under Mourinho and then under Conte as well. And I always felt that was wrong. They should have just bought a centre half. But really and truly, we didn't do that. And we ended up playing Eric Dyer for so long. And then when Van der Ven came in, if you remember, the narrative was, oh, look, Van der Ven is so good. And it's only he was good, because he basically took the position of Eric Dyer, who had a competent centre-back. And this is the sad thing about Tottenham. Once they buy a good player, that's when the fans realise, oh, wait a minute, that player wasn't as good as we made him out to be.
We had a decent.
Yeah, exactly.
I always thought Eric Dyer was shit.
But then when Eric Dyer went to Bayern and he had some proper players, all the Bayern fans loved him. And I remember seeing an edit where basically he was looking like Franz Beckenbauer pinging the ball around. I mean, it could be because the Bundesliga is a lesser league than the Premier League. But there is just something fundamentally broken at Spurs. There just is. And it comes down from the bloody top. It is ENIC. They've been rotting away at this club, but we can all debate how long it's been going on for. I know there are certain people who say, they did this for the finances. They got us this new stadium
club at the ground anyway. So.
Exactly. The thing is, I just don't see how anyone at this point can disagree on the fact that ENIC have been running the club to the ground for at least since the new stadium was built, right? Because at that point, that was basically their plateau. If you want to give them their flowers for the financial side of things, sure, right? But then you can only give those flowers up to the point of the new stadium being built. Because since the new stadium has been built, they have been utterly inept at both football and the business side of things, right? Because I've been saying this for a long while as well. When it comes to business, right, the football is the bloody business, right? If you don't do well at football, you're not doing well at business. That is where the money is. This is a football club. The business is football. So I don't really give a monkeys whether Beyonce or Jay-Z is coming to the stadium to sing, or whether we got another go-kart track that's there for the F1 or whatever the bloody hell it is.
But we're a business with multiple revenue streams now, and that's the difference. That's the problem.
But the main revenue stream is bloody ignored.
The main revenue stream is football, 100%.
Exactly.
It should be.
Football's massive. Football's massive in our country.
It should be, Ellie, but it's a bloody theme park.
But the thing is, football is the main breadwinner for ENIC. It is. You can't get over that. It is. But they're neglecting it.
The stadium is.
The stadium, of course the stadium makes money, but it doesn't make... The football makes the majority of the money.
Yeah, 100%, Ellie, mate. 100%. And we ignore the football side. We don't do anything to improve the football side. I still remember the first season under Ange, right? We finished 5th, and I think that's a good place to finish. That's why I wanted Ange to stay after the first season, because for me, if a manager has us near the top of the table, he's based on the what he's been given by our incompetent
owners don't care.
Crumple zone of an ownership, if they're managing to get us near the top of the table, whether that be 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, I think they deserve to stay, because now we see basically where we are without these types of managers. I've been saying this to my dad, who's also a Yid, basically, that in recent history, the only managers that have been able to actually get us up there while also being in multiple competitions, like being in the Europa, the Conference of Champions, whatever bloody competition it is, has been the Jose's and the Contes. And for some reason, a lot of our fan base, they hounded out these managers. Jose, He had us 5th, and in a cup final, it's he plays boring football. Let's get rid of Jose. And Conte, he basically galvanised the squad and took them from like 12th place and got us up to bloody 4th place. And then in the second season, I think we were something like we were 3rd place or something.
Third place when we drew with Southampton. We were 3-1 up.
We were 3rd place.
We went down to 4th at the end of that game.
Something like that. I think it was either we went down to 4th or we were like 3rd, but the team below us had a game in hand against us or something like that. We were up there, and our fans hounded him out and said, "Get out of our club," and said that he disrespected the fans when he did the bloody opposite. He said, I still remember word for word in that press conference, he said that performances like this are disrespectful to the fans who pay money to see it. I do not know how anyone could ever say that Conte disrespected the fans or hated the club or whatever. He was, for me, Conte was one of these managers where it was just a sliding doors moment. I've never, ever seen like the sort of energy that I saw at the best under Conte, because we talk about the Poch days a lot, right? And I loved the Poch days. I really did love the Poch days. He had a brilliant squad, which he had developed to be powerhouses, right? And he got us to cup finals.
Well, he had a brilliant 11.
He had a brilliant 11, exactly. Yeah, 11, exactly. That's what I meant. Yeah. And basically, he took us places. But at the end of the day, his tactical decisions at the same time cost us when we got to those places. Starting Harry Kane over Lucas Moura, who won the hat-trick. And then starting Son at left-back when we were in the FA Cup semi-final. And Conte, he was dealt with an utter shit show of a squad, basically. He had Kane and Son, fair dues, but then look at who he had to play in defence. He had Ryan Sessegnon, who's now at Fulham, on the left wing back, and he had Matt Doherty as right wing back. And somehow he managed to galvanise these players
and then he got Emerson Royal, remember?
Emerson Royal. He galvanised these players into. I always said under Poch they fought for each other, but the best under Conte, this diabolical squad looked like they were wanting to die for each other. Basically, I've never seen that kind of energy, really. And then we hounded him out because we were what? We were 3rd place. I just, it's like a bad dream to me whenever I think about it, where we were. And since then,
guys, I just got to go. Let me just say goodbye. Wish you all the best.
Yeah.
You on Spurs 5?
Stel, you on the Spurs 5?
Yeah, I've got to go set up the stream because Sean's gone AWOL.
Well, put it this way.
That's not unusual.
We'll go for another 10 minutes. We'll go for another 10 minutes, and the redirect has been set up to send you all over.
Mate, do whatever you want. Go as long as you want.
No, you're good.
Say hello to Mr. Flower for me, Estelle, yeah?
We'll send them over still.
Say that again?
Say hello to James Flower for me, mate.
Yeah, he's coming on at 9 apparently. I don't know. Let me go and sort it out. I'll speak to you later.
At the end of this show,
don't mention the Farmers League.
Big up, Stel.
Is there any truth that TalkSport are reporting that Tudor's been sacked? Does anyone know?
No,
well,
I don't know.
There's rumours. There's rumours. Have they said anything concrete yet?
Well, apparently, I've just been sent a message saying Tudor's been sacked according to TalkSport.
It's a bit heartless, seeing as his own
That's so cruel, isn't it?
Well,
so cruel. They could have waited a week, couldn't they?
They would have let him go. I don't think they would have sacked him.
I've just got
because everybody's going on international duty, right? Yeah. So they're not going to be training with us anyway, are they? This week, they're all going away to their international countries.
Well, they let him go. You know what I mean? I just say.
I suppose they just wanted to say, like, that's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
There's nothing on their website about it.
All right, I'm going to drop out into like 2 minutes here anyway, but I was going to add this to the main here. If you listen to every single manager, who's coming to the football club, who's coming to Tottenham Hotspur, each one at some stage always says, I am not a magician. Conte after the Mora game, right? If you remember rightly, the statement after that game, he said, I am not a magician. Each one is lied to get them into the job, and once they get into the Spurs job, they realise that the squad is not as good as they make it out to be. And when the windows come up, they're not given what they need need to be successful. So basically, it becomes a wasted journey. When I looked at Conte, the reason I didn't want him is because I saw what happened to Mourinho, and I realised that Spurs were not in a position to be giving Mourinho exactly what he wanted. So I said, what's the point in getting Mourinho in if you're not going to give him what he needs to be successful? That's a wasted appointment. So you might as well not go there and bother Mourinho. And it was the same with Conte.
Yeah, but I don't see it
Conte
like
was
that,
never going to
Philly.
do it. No, wait a minute, Ellie. Conte was never going to achieve anything at Tottenham because Tottenham were never going to give him what he needed to be successful. When you look at Napoli, Napoli gave him what he needed. The likes of McTominay to come in there and carry them over the line. But we weren't doing that. When you look at Conte, he's a win-now manager, yet we were buying him project players. Managers like that have done the project already. They've established themselves and made a name for themselves. Why would they want to go back to doing a project again? They don't want to do that anymore. They've gone past that stage. They just want to go now and win. All right. So if you're not in a position to win anything, don't bother that manager. Leave that manager alone and go and get a project manager or something like that if that is what you want to do. But this club, right,
Isn't that what Frank was
don't know
supposed
what
to be,
they
though,
wanted. There
I
was
get
no
that.
plan.
I get
Wasn't
that,
that
but
what Frank was supposed to be, a project manager, to make the players better?
But even Thomas Frank here was handicapped from the start because Thomas Frank didn't have a left winger. We never replaced Sonny in the summer.
Exactly.
That was criminal because if you have a left winger, whoever you play in that left-hand side position, it's going to be a round peg in a square hole, which is what I said to Cookmaster at the time. That's a round peg in a square hole, and that will burst in your face because you didn't buy what was needed. And when we went to January, we still didn't buy a left winger because the club sat there and said the only one they saw was Semenyo. But if I'm right, Semenyo told Spurs no, at the end of December, early January. So there was no contingency plan for Semenyo whatsoever. But then, am I surprised this is Tottenham Hotspurs? No, because we did that with Morgan Gibbs-White in the summer beforehand. We did that with Eze in the summer beforehand. So it's like you've got one name, but there was nothing in the background just in case them deals fell apart. And that, for me, is a massive issue. And this is why I looked at Lange in the summer and said, if that is what you're doing, you basically, and we wasted so many weeks after that one player as well, with nothing in the background. And I thought, you know what, that smells already. And this is why I looked at the summer and said, you've wasted that summer. And how many fans said we need Champions League to go and buy the better players? Really and truly, we wasted the Champions League window.
Bino sabotaged us, mate.
yeah, we did. We did. You're
Bino
right there.
sabotaged us. We've been sabotaged. Go big in the summer. It's all right in the Championship, isn't it?
They are.
Well, anyway, I'm going to cut out, guys. I'll see you next time, yeah?
Big up, Philly. Nice to see you, brother.
Yeah,
Have a nice evening. Have to get work tomorrow, bro.
Make sure everyone subs over to Phil, please. There's links in
His
the
link
chat.
is in the chat. It was a while ago.
I think ultimately nothing's going to change. We stay up, nothing will change. We go down, nothing will change.
Nothing will change.
I mean, if we go down, they'll have a wholesale fire sale, and we'll get new players in. And I think if we stay up, they'll do exactly the same, and we'll get new players in. But it's never the quality. They'll sell a player for 50 million and replace him with one for 25 million, and that'll be the same no matter what division we're in with Enoch.
You know the players that are going to go. It's going to be VDV, Romero, and probably Bergvall, I would imagine, and maybe even Gray, because everybody's like wax lyrical over Archie Gray, and there's loads of different reports. You don't know which ones are true, which ones are false, but there is like there's a little bit of a love for Archie Gray at the moment, and it's building up because of the way he's playing for us, and he's committed.
He's getting better. I admit it, he's getting better. But he's only had a good few games.
He's playing next to Sarr. If I played next to Sarr, I'd look like a good midfielder. Let's be honest.
This is the thing. I'm going to probably cause some controversy here, but did anyone notice how much worse we looked when Bergvall came on? Right in the second half, everyone says that this kid, he's a wonder kid. Barcelona wanted him, and we got him instead. But what did he do yesterday? He ran around like a headless bloody chicken. He always runs around like a headless bloody chicken. And another thing, right? And I don't want to be too harsh here because he has had a few good games for us. But Destiny Doggy, when he came on yesterday, he wasn't good enough.
Oh my God!
I've never seen
Doggy. He was juggling with the ball and he didn't know what to do with it. Right, and he's like losing the ball and falling over.
His crosses were awful.
Terrible.
He's basically right. The reason why he has to go in the summer, or at least why I think he has to go in the summer, is because he's injured for half the season anyway, right? Yeah. So that's someone taking up the squad that is basically not even playing for you. And then he'll have basically a few games after his injury when he comes back and he's full of a bit of energy, where he has a few 7 to 8 out of 10 performances. And then he'll just default back to what we saw yesterday. I'm sorry, he has to go in the summer.
You mean a bit like Richie and Solanke and Bergvall. Again, we have this problem, right?
Solanke doesn't even look fit. Honestly, he doesn't look fit. The way he's running.
Yards from the fucking goal.
But when you watched him with Ange Postecoglou, he was everywhere, wasn't he? He was pressing hard. He was everywhere, right? And he was involved in the game. Now, if you get 2 minutes out of him, he just goes missing and hiding behind the defenders as well. I shouted, get in front of your marker. They're hiding behind their markers. And the Forest boys, they're massive.
Yeah.
That Milenkovic and Murillo, they're massive. That Murillo's built like a rugby player.
We sold Harry Kane for 90 something million, and then we brought in Dominic Solanke for 65 million. What are we doing
it's ridiculous.
Here? What
it's so pathetic.
That's another thing. How can you say that this? Shit. How can you say this board are good at business when they're doing things like that, selling the best player in modern history for 90 million pounds, and then you're bringing in a guy who's championship fodder, with all due respect, for 65 million.
Tell as well. They used some of that money for Tell. We had a whole year of him not performing, and then they went and bought him.
Tell's only scored 1 or 2 goals, hasn't he?
And then, do you remember Frank? He goes, he's a very good player and he scores a lot. Are you having a laugh? He scores a lot. He said about Tell, he goes, he had an interview and I was watching it and I couldn't believe what was coming out of his mouth. He goes, he's a very good player and he scores a lot.
Yeah.
He doesn't score and he's not a very good player. He's a hard-working player, but he's not a very good technical player.
Yeah. Come on, Biker, have your say. You ain't said a lot, mate.
Yeah, go on, mate.
It's exactly right what she's saying. We've got players there that don't score goals and brought in to score goals. We've got no spine down the middle. But George Graham, do you remember George Graham? He used to say, your spine is your main part of your team. Yeah. Your goalkeeper, your centre up, your defence, then your midfield and your striker. And then you work off of that. We've got nothing. We ain't got nothing, mate. The goalkeeper is suspect, isn't he? To say the least.
Yeah.
We've got Romero keeps getting sent off.
He was more worried about playing for Argentina.
Or suspended because he's picked up yellow cards.
I don't even think Van der Ven's a great defender. To be quite honest, he can run and tackle. He can't header a ball, can he?
No.
You ever seen him header a ball?
Danso's a better defender than him.
Exactly.
First game he played for us, he scored an own goal. That had the alarm bells ringing for me.
Yeah.
Did you see his interview, Romero's interview, when he went, the important thing is now we go on international duty.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
He did. Oh, no.
The bloke's got no shame. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he don't care.
No.
He don't care.
Listen, we're
bloody giraffe.
Our poor club, Our poor club.
Yeah, we're going to go for another 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
Mate.
Final thought.
You ain't said nothing, Cookie.
Oh, no, I do all my talking on the breakfast show. Don't worry about me. This is all about you lot.
Yeah, he had 2 hours of it this morning.
You, Sheriff?
This is all about you lot.
I'm at work.
I'll have my say again in the morning.
Cookie's taking the back seat. He's done his talking.
I want to hear from Sheriff, mate. Come on, Sheriff. What are you saying, bro? What are you saying?
Can I just say, when the boss does the breakfast show,
brilliant.
I set it up. And I'm sometimes in the chat. I was in the chat this morning for about 10 minutes. while I was eating a sandwich. As far as yesterday goes, I did the watch along on Pure Coys. Go over and sub to him if you haven't.
Yeah.
And I have never been so pissed off in my whole life. They had the stupid Kumbaya party to start with.
That's embarrassing.
Right? It's an embarrassment. I said on his show it's an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Right? And when I seen it on Sky, the windows were blacked out. The team probably weren't even on there. They sneaked them in beforehand.
That was Vinay in there, waving at everyone.
Yeah, it probably was. Well, no,
He was going like
actually, Vinay would have been at the Carabao Cup final cheering Arsenal on.
Yes.
This in there.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Wanker.
No, that wouldn't surprise me either. Right, and I did the watch along on Pure Coys, like I said. I have never been so furious in all my life. All the hype about all as one, we're together and all that. We're 3-0 down and the fucking ground's half empty.
Well, give us the players that we bloody need then if we're all as one.
I know.
Yeah.
Not
And
as
so
one.
the Kumbaya party and the parade really worked.
Yeah.
It's them and us.
Cancel it and have an Enoch out one at the next game.
Sheriff, right? Did you see the guy who confronted Vinay? Right? And I was trying to lip read what Vinay was saying back to him. And I put it in my head that he's saying, I've got to get to the Arsenal match. You just get lost, you idiot. I'm going to the Arsenal match.
I want to watch. Yeah, there's a cup final I want to watch. My mates are on it.
I'll be honest. After all the build-up, this is the most important game since the Champions League final, all this nonsense. For the players to show up and play like that, we didn't even look in the game at any time. I
was at the protest,
yeah.
Go on, son.
Mine's over. Hang on.
Here he goes. We're all
Say
getting
Enoch
out.
out. We
that don't mean nothing. It should be Enoch out. End of.
It should be Enoch out.
That's what it should be now.
Time
Absolutely.
to change is finished. I'm
Here
sorry.
comes the sheriff. Here comes the
If
sheriff.
they've done what they're supposed to have done this weekend, that's all
Just
right.
get Enoch out banners.
Yeah, Enoch out.
That's it.
Hang on. Let's turn this off.
He's sorting his thing out. He's got to show his.
I was holding one of the big banners going up the high road on the big protest.
There we go. He's done it. There you go.
I was with
Well, just write Enoch out on it. I've done a really good post on TikTok. I sent it to everybody again.
Is anyone doing banners? Is anyone making banners? Is there anyone making banners
I don't know what's happening.
My son-in-law is a printer.
Joey,
I'll get him to do some.
What I need you to do before you disappear, Joey, if it's all right in the private chat, is put your phone number if you want to, because no one can contact you.
Is he there?
Is he there?
That's the way I like. That's the way I like it.
There you go. No, it's not that, because I just don't know. I've got to speak to other people as well, because I don't know if anyone else has got any other plans for protest later.
There you go. It's it. I've put it in there, mate.
All right, mate. I'll write it down. Thank you very much. While I'm writing that
Ellie,
down,
no sending me nudes, love. I don't need them. All right. Sheriff, you can send me
I'm
some.
not going to send you any women. I'll send you the fellas. I've got a nice one of David Ginola.
Well, that'd get me going in the morning.
I normally send it to Sava because he's in love with him.
He's got nicer hair than you. I must admit.
Definitely. He's got the nicest hair on earth.
Oh, dear.
Remember his little advert? He used to have an advert, didn't he?
The L'Oreal advert.
What does he do?
Yeah,
He presents something on French TV now. Like, is it like France's version of Britain's Got Talent? I'm sure he presents that.
Yeah.
He's like the Anthony Deck of France's Got Talent. Ginola.
Yeah. He's still handsome.
Good luck to him. He didn't do us any harm, did he? He was brilliant.
No, he was a fantastic
But you see,
player.
this is the problem. Last time we were in the shit, we had players like Ginola, Klinsmann. We had players like that that would dig us out the shit with a little bit of class. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
We haven't got any flair or anything on that pitch now.
Exactly.
Pass it to Bale, pass it to Kane, pass it to Son, and now it's pass it to Hang on a minute. Who the bloody
Hang
hell
on,
do we
there's no
pass
one
it
on
to?
it.
We had
If
Dembele in
people
the
were-
middle. You know
If
what I mean?
people were voting on the
Really?
players that we had before
Seriously.
Enoch and after Enoch, the ones before Enoch would win hands down. They would. Because
Well,
you've
yeah,
got
because
Gazza and Hoddle,
post
just
Enoch,
those two.
post Enoch, what would
You
you
could-
have? 3, maybe Dembele, Kane, Bale,
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
that's about it.
And maybe Modric.
Sonny, maybe.
Yeah, Modric.
Modric, 100%.
But then we didn't.
Modric.
We never had the best out of Modric, did we? Real Madrid.
No,
No, the first season he was okay, and
what's
then the
his name?
second
The
season
striker
he
that went.
took off.
What's his name? The striker that went to Man United.
Berbatov.
Berbatov.
Berbatov,
But then,
yeah,
but then
lovely
would you
player.
pick? Who would you?
Silky.
But then I don't know. Other strikers: Archibald, Crooks, Lineker.
Archibald and Crooks were different.
Totally
Oh,
right.
They
I
didn't
love
have the
Garth
touch of
Crooks.
Berbatov, but they put the ball in the net.
I love
Flipping
Garth
hell.
Crooks.
Brilliant.
Oh,
That
God.
in the 1991 Cup final, 1981 Cup final, sorry, where Hoddle chips the ball brilliantly
Oh,
to
yeah.
Garth Crooks, and he just
Yeah.
stabs the ball in the net.
Crooks was a
Fantastic.
great player, wasn't he? I love Garth Crooks.
Yeah, he was a really good player.
Certainly was. Okie dokie. Listen, we're going to wrap it up there. We've had a
Well,
great show tonight.
Mark,
Thanks.
cheers for letting
Brilliant.
us on
Thanks,
that.
lads. I enjoyed it.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere yet.
Don't go anywhere, Bucky. Yet. Just stay
Don't go
awake and go
anywhere.
in the back room after.
Yeah, we can go in the back room after. Just wait there a minute. Just want to say to anyone who's still in
Wait,
here,
brother.
we are transferring you over to the Spurs 5. We're going to finish right now. We know they normally start about 5 minutes late. That's why I've gone over a little bit. Mark will send you over to them now.
Yeah, it's
Just want to
already
say
set up,
thanks
mate.
to everyone. Thanks to everyone for being on tonight. You know who you all are without me telling you. It's much appreciated from all of you. Just quickly want to say big up to Paul Brown for the super chat earlier. Big up to you.
Well done,
And
Paul.
Tim Mann for
Tim
two
Mann with
massive
two, I
super
believe.
chats.
Yeah, big up
to you,
Tim,
Tim
mate.
Mann.
And
We really
Paul Brown.
appreciate it, mate.
I think we've had some subs tonight as well, mate.
There you go. So it's all
Go
good
on,
stuff.
then.
Plenty of
Good
people
then,
in
mate.
watching. All you fans in giving your opinions. We love it. We're going to continue doing it. The breakfast brunch will be back in the morning. I'll be back to speak to you in
Ain't
the
even
morning.
set up yet. Hang on.
Yeah, he'll do it. Don't worry about that. And I'll get Ellie to sort that out for me. I'll send that to you,
I will
Ellie,
do.
later on. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Appreciated.
I'll get it out
Big up
there.
to everyone in the chat. Great stuff. Hit the sub button. Make sure you hit the like button. I think we're only about 7 or 8 away from 100 tonight. So that'll be great. Hit the like button on the way out. Please sub to everyone who's got channels that's been on tonight. And as usual, unless Mark's got anything else to say,
No.
he says no. So that'll be a come on from everyone.
Come on, you Spurs.
You Spurs.
Come on, you
Come on, you
Spurs.
Spurs.
Come on, you
Yes,
Come on.
everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Wait.
Show.